So a few weeks after the end of Ramadan, we call it Eid here, there was a tradition where people were basically returning to their hometowns, and they mostly return from big cities in around Great Jakarta area to places in Central Java and in East Java. So we have been seeing cases increase in a city called Kudus, which is in Central Java, and in East Java in an island called Madura. So those two local governments basically implement local lockdown because they have been seeing like a rise in coronavirus cases just a month after the end of Ramadan because of migrant workers returning from big cities and from overseas to those places.
How significant is the spike compared to the peak of the first wave?
Now we have several variants that is more contagious, including the variants that was first detected in India and then in the UK and in South Africa. So those are very concerning. And the number of vaccinations, the rollout is still slow here. Only around 7% of the population have been inoculated, and they were mostly inoculated with China's vaccine made by Sinovac. And there is not a study yet that shows that this vaccine is effective against those new variants.
Are those vaccines readily available? Can people get them quite easily?
Not really. Only in places like Bali, where people can get those vaccines easily. Like I was jabbed with AstraZeneca in Bali, and all I could just do is like just walk in and then show my identity card along with foreigners who were staying in Bali. Like my friend, he's American, and he just show up and show his temporary stay visa, and he could get the jab within 15 minutes. But in places like Jakarta or in other big cities, people still have to register through online or through their local health center, and not many people have internet in their houses, so that can be a hurdle. And also a lot of people don't have the time because they need to basically walk to the health center and register themselves and wait whether they can get the vaccine that day or they have to return. So it's still a mix here.
So it seems like a much smoother process on the island of Bali. What is the situation there like in terms of COVID, and has it returned pretty much to normal?
When I was there last month, in some places in Bali, it's like there's no COVID at all. Like nightclubs were still open, and people were not social distancing inside. They were dancing with strangers, and restaurants and bars, even though they have the sign that says no mask, no service, a lot of people who are maskless still get served. And a lot of COVID deniers too, particularly from foreigners. And foreigners also still don't adhere to the coronavirus measures like wearing masks in public places and social distancing. But Bali now is easy to get the vaccines there because they have the goal to inoculate about 2/3 of their populations, because they are trying to reopen the island to foreign tourists in July.
And how are hospitals coping with this spike in case numbers?
It's actually alarming. Like in Jakarta, the emergency COVID-19 hospital here has exceeded the threshold of 60% that was set by the World Health Organization for like a safe situation and handling the pandemic. And in some provinces, like in Riau Island and in West Borneo province, the bed occupancy rate exceeds 70% and exceeds 65%. So those are quite alarming.
Meanwhile, Resty, not paying much attention to physical distancing rules are those who are cramming McDonald's restaurants in Jakarta, so much so they've had to shut some of the outlets. Tell us what's happened here.
Yeah, that is unprecedented. More than 30 McDonald's outlets were flopped by online food delivery drivers because McDonald's just released this meal that is endorsed by hugely popular K-pop band BTS, and so they were queuing for hours without social distancing, and McDonald's also did not notify local authorities, so those 30 outlets were shuttered on Wednesday, and they were slapped with fines and temporary closure. Some can reach to like 3 days because of those frenzies. So people were still basically trying to buy those BTS indoors meal, and some actually sold the package, the purple package, online, and it can reach to like threefold of its original price.
Quite unbelievable. Resty, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you.